Good morning, Temple Beth-El. Let me be the first to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. This Shabbat, we study the Torah portion of Chukat. In this Parsha, Miriam, Moses' sister, dies, and she was the water bearer to the entire community. As the people complain that they are thirsty, God speaks to Moses and says, "Here is a rock. Pray to the rock, water will come from it." Moses, in his sadness, in his irritability, but also in his lack of patience, decides to hit the rock and not to do as God asks. And in doing so, in his anger, with this motivation, God decides that Moses will not enter the promised land when the time comes. As a parent, and I'm sure many of you can relate as well, it is very easy to lose our temper, especially when people are complaining, when people are coming to you for everything. Whether it is sustenance, or whether it is nourishment, or whether it is the new Lego, there are plenty of times when we are being pulled in 100 directions, and the last thing we can think about is being calm and doing exactly what we know is the right way to behave. This Shabbat, I pray that all of us can take time to just breathe. Now, I don't mean take the entire weekend, although that would be amazing, and I certainly don't mean that a retreat to the woods for yoga wouldn't be perfect. What I mean is just breathe. Take a moment before you react. Take a second before you speak. Take a pause. Because when we are not working with all of our brain and heart and motivation and enthusiasm in line, we run the risk of losing our temper, of being disturbed and acting out of irritability and not out of thought and not out of heart. So Moses doesn't go into the promised land. And the fact is, I hope that all of us are able to go to whatever we feel is our promised land. But I can guarantee you that our journey to that place, whether aspirational or real, will be much more enjoyed, will be much more lined with peace if we can slow down, quiet our minds and our hearts, take a breath, pause, welcome in Shabbat, and think before we act. Shabbat Shalom.